Okay, next show was Players. What that mainly features like celebrities playing video games and showing what video game systems they own and stuff like that. So, yeah, I didn't really pay attention to that show. One show I did watch was I think uh, Liam Lynch or what his name. He did that song United States of Whatever. That's the only that's the only episode I recall watching. Um, the next show is Icons. What Icons was is a like a biography based show that in each episode they would focus on a particular game developer or video game character or game franchise or console or company or whatever. Something that has to base something that's video game based, and they would concentrate solely on that subject for that show. So I think that show kicked ass. Alright, this next show was a kind of a quirky one. It was called Starcade. It was not an original show by G-phoria. What Starcade was this a game show from the 80s that featured contestants playing arcade games from that time. And yeah, I think it was a pretty fun show. But that show basically was, I believe, was the predecessor for Nick Arcade. Um, what I found awesome about that show is that the final round, the contestant got the chance to take home an arcade machine of their very own. So, yeah, I would have liked to compete on that show, but I was probably too young at the time. And finally, I want to talk about, like, possibly the best show ever on G4, Judgment Day. Yes, Judgment Day, in my opinion, is the best video game review show ever. Oh, they did the best video game reviews, and of all the professional video game reviews I've seen, they've done it much better than XPlay, much better. Much better than GameSpot, much better than what is it, Game Informer, much better than Electronic Gaming Monthly, all better than all of them. Why? Because the two guys who hosted the show, once again, Tommy Talrico and Victor Lucas, talked about the games honestly. I mean, they just gave their honest opinions about these games, no scripts. They just stood there, discussed the games with each other, and they would rate the game from on a 1 to 10 scale, and sometimes they agree with each other on a particular game, and sometimes they completely disagree with each other. So, yeah, that's pretty much how it is in real life, basically. They also reviewed gaming peripherals such as gaming controllers, like third-party game controllers and stuff like that. And they would also have a segment on there called Buried Treasure, in which they review a particular older game that at oldie and the goodie. So yeah, anyway, yeah. I also like the presentation of Judgment Day, because every episode would take place in like a different location, and this location will like have a window or a sign or something in the background behind the host. And what the editors would do is that they would superimpose game footage of the game they're reviewing on this sign or window or whatever, so it would appear that this sign or window was like had a TV monitor on it, and the TV monitor was playing video game footage. And yeah, just the overall atmosphere, Judgment Day, the two hosts, how they reviewed and stuff like that, completely honestly, how they would disagree, sometimes disagree with each other. Just yeah, just awesome. Judgment Day, clearly the best show on G4 in my opinion. And I also want to talk about G-phoria. Sadly I did not get to watch G-phoria, any of them. So from what I've heard, the first two G-phorias were pretty good. I've read that they're much better than the Spike TV Video Game Awards. So yeah, I really wish I'd seen them. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about G4, the beginnings of G4. It was an awesome channel, but sadly, all good things must come to an end. stay tuned for Chapter 3 on the merger between G4 and TechTV and how it all turned to shit. See you next time.
Visual wonderlands, intriguing tales, spellbinding epics. The world's best anime is on Anime Unleashed. Weeknights at 1 a.m. Eastern, only on TechTV.